Are you Google-eyed with confusion over net neutrality?
Have you ever thought about where your internet comes from, or who is responsible for it? What if someone controlled what you could or could not see? In the future, will the internet be free, or will it be bought and sold? The debate over net neutrality is just part of one that's gone on since 1860, when the U.S. subsidized the telegraph lines, and then in 1887, the railroads were kept from charging different customers for the same service. The internet has grown since its inception in the 1960s and exploded in the 1990s. Cables connecting users and businesses across the globe have been laid by a small group of internet service providers, or ISPs, who can, and increasingly do, control the flow of information. Legislation in 1996 told the ISPs they had to let other companies use their wires to increase the number of internet providers, but did not require democratic usage of those wires. In 2005, the Supreme Court went in favor of the ISPs, effectively ruling that the line-owning ISPs were not telecoms and didn't have to share. Net neutrality is the idea that public information networks treat everything equally, allowing the internet to carry every form of information and support every kind of application. Key players range from the companies that create, the ISPs that carry, and users who consume and in increasing numbers produce information.
As the gatekeepers to the internet, pipeline-owning ISPs like Comcast, AT&T, and SBC have tightened their hold on what goes through their lines, to whom, and at what speed. They view net neutrality as government intervention of the worst kind. ISPs want the freedom to develop further relationships with media companies such as Disney and Time Warner. They propose a tiered internet where content providers can either pay premium prices to transmit their media or pass the cost to the consumer, who will pay for speed and guaranteed service. ISPs believe that a neutral internet would inhibit their economic creativity, as well as disable important efforts to stop information policy from stealing music, movies, and books through unfettered peer-to-peer theft.
Content providers like Google and eBay have earned millions from online business and have a big stake in this game. Once garage-style startups, they were the first to enjoy the benefits of an internet without boundaries or limitations. Respectful of their humble origins, these online giants have joined together to promote and form the Open Internet Coalition, which believes that all content providers should have equal access to their audience and are thus against the ISP's fee system. The fear is that content providers who aren't rich enough to afford the fees would have their content shunted into slower, low-priority bandwidth speed, resulting in the large media companies who can pay the fees, dominating access online.
Small content providers, like independent film producers and musicians, have relied on equal access to the internet to promote their products. The Independent Film and Television Alliance responded to the Motion Picture Association of America's denunciation of net neutrality by stating, "The issue is not whether government should regulate the internet, but whether there will be effective oversight to prevent a handful of corporate giants from imposing their own version of private regulation to the public's detriment." Artists, such as OK Go and Moby, have taken public stands in support of net neutrality, lobbying Congress to ensure neutrality so that others may benefit from it, as they have.
Net neutrality is important to me. It's a principle for everyone to have an equal voice. Without it, small companies will have to pay extra broadband fees to compete for customers against bigger rivals. Suppose you call your local pizza shop. Instead of getting Joe's Pizza right away, you get a message saying, "We'll connect you to Joe's Pizza in a minute, but if you want, we can connect you to Pizza Hut right away."
To seize this moment, we have to ensure free and full exchange of information. And that starts with an open internet.
Obama appointed his top technology advisor, Julius Genachowski, the new FCC chair. Genachowski aided in crafting a technology platform that supported net neutrality rules and is likely to push for more net neutrality regulations. Currently, the Federal Trade Commission states that they can find no evidence of a problem.
Users have a fast and open forum to share ideas, trade information, and entertain. The growing world of Web 2.0 relies on unrestricted bandwidth access. However, ISPs have the right to reduce consumer bandwidth space or raise user fees greatly, resulting in higher prices for premium service and a new caste system. Users may have to defend their rights to visit whatever websites they choose. For example, users with Comcast had their access to online file sharing services slowed last year. Web users cannot afford to lose user-generated and distributed applications or have web creativity stifled or censored.
I care about net neutrality because
I care about anything that's going to get between me and doing my job.
Without it, my access to information would be censored.
A classic case of the public good versus private interest.
I just figured you sign up with an internet provider and you get full access to the web.
That's how it always was, so I expected it to continue.
Whoever controls how we get it, who gets to have it.
Is it something else that I get to argue with Comcast about?
Well, that's definitely an issue.
It might be anti-capitalistic.
Kids from Harvard or kids from UIC have the same access.
Lack of privacy.
High cost.
Money!
Information flow, power.
Stowe's Pizza versus Pizza Hut.
Comcastic.
Big businesses not squishing the little guy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
John Stuart Mill.
Everyone wants the money!
A level playing field.
Ideas.
Equal voice.
You cannot indiscriminately block anything.
It's important.
Yeah. But so is capitalism.
This is not a cut and dry issue.
We are all the stakeholders.
We're equal opportunity as far as information around here, which is exactly what net neutrality is.
Right.